What's crack-a-lackin' Neekz of the world? It's Cronoxf with
Jalen,
Roberto,
and we're coming at you from Regal Cinemas in Pearl Highlands.
once again,
And today we just finished watching
Bad Boys.
For
Bad
Life.
Boys for Life.
3.
Whoa, how much years later?
so
Yeah.
many years later, man.
So
This
many.
is probably like a fan-created film because this movie would not have happened if nobody wanted to see it. Because I don't think they wanted to make it.
And it cost $90 million.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So this was for the fans. But yeah. So what was your expectations going into the movie?
I guess I'll start it off. So, I don't know, how old, I'm 26 now. This movie came out, well, the last one came out in 2003. So, if my math is correct,
Yeah, that's correct.
what is that, 17 years?
Years ago, 17 years.
How old is that? 9 years old. It's been a while, or 9 or 10 years old or something like that.
And the first movie came out in
Math
95.
right?
With,
Is that math right, Greg? Is math right?
It's 20. It's 2020 now. It's 2003.
17 years ago. 17 minus 26 is
Yeah.
9. Anyway, I was 9 years old. I don't really, I remember watching it, but I don't remember every little thing. But I do remember the Martin Lawrence and Will Smith's, you know, their duo and how they, you know, acted in that movie. And that's probably my favorite part about this movie. The whole premise and everything else, I really don't care. I just want to see them together on screen, and I mean, it did seem more realistic with, you know, people, how, I guess, the action was, I guess. It seemed more real. I was shocked at some points from some of these, I guess, kills, these shooting scenes. I was like, oh wow, that was pretty crazy. And I don't know if that matches in this kind of movie. It was crazy. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if it really, like, I don't know. It's kind of like this movie is two different things, which it is. You know, it's a crime drama comedy, whatever you want to call it. It is, and I don't know if I buy it all exactly. I rather just see Martin Lawrence and Will Smith do something else. I don't know. But
Like grumpy old men?
something. I don't know, man. Something else. I mean, the fans wanted this, but I'd rather see them do something else. I don't know what it would be, but because they're pretty funny together. And yeah, aside from that, I went in with a 5, not really expecting too much. I do have memories of the second and the first movie, but it's not like...
They're vague.
Yeah, they're very vague.
They're fuzzy.
It's not like some, you know, oh, it's my childhood. It's not. But it's not like I cherished every little thing about it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just I remember some stuff, and that's it. So I'm going to come out. I think if you're a fan of this, if you're a fan of Bad Boys, like this, I don't know, it's kind of generic to me, but what holds the movie together is obviously the actors. Like, I mean, you got Vanessa Hudgens in there. I didn't really care. Didn't really care.
I cared though.
You just was looking at her inside you. I'm looking at the core of the premise of the base of the movie, man. You need a good movie. This is 2020. This is 2020, Robert. You know
For somebody who doesn't remember the first two movies,
you know
he's got the nerve.
You just watched the first two movies 2 days ago. Anyway, I'm 9 years old. You're gonna remember this. This is 2020. You need to lift the expectations. Boom. You know what I mean? Because 2019 was.
You gotta remember these two guys. Martin Lawrence is pretty much washed up already, so you know I don't know.
I know he's washed. Okay, but I'm gonna give.
He's still hella funny though.
But he did his job. He did his job well.
And he know he old too.
He knows. He's washed. He hasn't done a lot of movies. He came back for this one, right? And I give him props for that. I'm not giving it. No, I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he did a bad job. He did a good job. That's why I told you, like, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence did a great job. And I didn't really care for the whole premise and the base of the whole movie. I didn't really care. But anyway, 6 out of 10 for Jalen here, and I'm going to pass it to Robert because this guy has a lot to say.
Well, heading into the movies, well, I did rewatch the first two, and the first two, to be honest, I mean, I like the second one. The first one, I'll be honest, it didn't age well. The first one was probably like mid-90s, so to me, it didn't age well. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is really about Will Smith and Martin Lawrence's characters in the very first movie. Actually, the first two, it's really about them. It's just that since this movie did, what is it, 14 years later, this last one, I mean, since the last movie, I mean, 17 years later, okay, fine, 17 years later. But besides that, man.
That's 3 more years.
Well, anyways, anyway, so I was saying.
That's hard.
Yeah, math's hard. You know, I was kind of somewhat uneducated in math, but anyways, alright. So going into that. But besides that, heading into the movie, because I had to rewatch it just to remind myself. Because I mean, honestly, when I first saw this, the first two movies, the only thing I remember about the first two movies before I rewatched it was really just Gabrielle Union, how hot Gabrielle Union was. That's really about it. How hot Gabrielle Union was in the second movie, okay? The first movie, I'll be honest, I don't even remember what the fuck the first movie really was about at all. Because really, like I said, it's really about Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. So if you remember that, that's really the first movie and the second movie. Basically, that's it before I rewatched it. So this is before I rewatched it. Because I'll be honest, that's why I rewatched it, because I don't really remember anything about the first two movies. But besides that, though,
what about this one? Okay.
Well, okay. Alright, talk about this one. Alright, so anyways, heading in, since I had to rewatch it and everything, so I went in this one a 5. This one, after, like I said, rewatching the first two, this one, I really enjoyed this movie. No, for real, I really enjoyed this movie. I'll be honest, I felt like the weakest part of the movie was really, I thought Martin Lawrence's character, their badgering. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was better in the first two movies. It's just this last movie, because age, obviously, you know, age-wise, you know, the age and stuff. I mean, some parts is funny. It's just that, in general, I just didn't like, you know, them bantering, because washed up over the hill. No, not really. I mean,
what saved the movie.
Well, that's you, because I rewatched it.
You watch better action movies, man. If you're looking for action,
keyword, better action movie. But like I said, if you're comparing it to the first two movies, of what the premise of the first two movies is, this is a lot better. That's why I enjoyed this one a lot better, because I enjoyed the whole story this time around.
Okay.
It wasn't just Will Smith, Martin Lawrence's boring banter shit that you hear.
Opposite yours, then.
Yeah, obviously opposite, because
total opposite of
well,
what you
obviously,
thought.
like I said, I rewatched
I hate
it.
this
You
fucking
didn't.
story.
Yeah, you rewatched it. But like I said, I enjoyed the more realistic approach, and like I said, since this isn't a Michael Bay movie, you can tell it's not a Michael Bay movie, because the explosions were just toned down. It was toned down, more action, fast scenes. Parts of the beginning part, I thought it was a Fast and Furious movie, to be honest. So I was like, all right, so they ripped off some shit, but anyways, like I said, you have to make it.
What can you know?
I
don't know.
Well, like I said, if you remember the first two movies,
How do you innovate action?
how you innovate action?
I don't know.
Explosions!
Oh, not only that too, but like I said, it is the Miami scene. Now that's the other part of the premise of the movie. It's Miami. It's filmed in Miami. They all were shot in Miami, Florida. Basically means you should have shown more, because the first two movies, that's what they didn't show in the first two movies. The idea of Miami.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. They didn't show the TNA in the first two movies. Let's be honest. No, I'm serious. Gregatron is laughing about it, but the TNA, the first two movies were minimum. That's why this one kind of elevated.
Did they wrap that
Yeah,
up?
because they elevated it. Yeah, they elevated it. I know it sounds bad in your guys' opinion, but the reality is, it's Miami, all right? The background is Miami. The beaches, all right? Now, that's why they showed it a lot better in this one. So it
Two meanings for beaches.
Yeah, so two meanings for beaches. I mean, okay, well, all right, especially
Do
the
you
one.
think they showed Miami
Yeah, better this
Better,
time around,
better.
because
The
the first
city
two,
itself.
the first two cities is down. They toned it down.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's between them two, and I get it. If you see enough movies, of course, certain parts seem generic or seem like something else, which is true. Yes, like what he said, you don't care about it. Yeah, you're right. Maybe you don't care about it, but I thought they did a better job of upgrading, because the first two movies honestly didn't age well. You can just rewatch it; didn't age well. Them two is probably better in the first two movies.
Yeah,
between their badgers,
sure.
it's just them getting older. You can see the difference. It's not the same.
Yeah, the
And I'm
jokes changed,
I'm
right?
happy.
Everything changed.
Yeah, I'm happy that they did throw in some extra stuff, because realistically, if they took out a lot of stuff in this movie, I'll be honest, this movie would have really, my personal opinion, would have tanked. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it, it's supposed to be driven too. It's just, if you really base the third movie on the first two movies' premise, I don't think it works, especially too, keyword, 2020, right? 2020, and it made sense because they're older. You can't pull that same stuff they pulled in the mid-90s and early 2000s.
No,
so.
they're 17 years.
Yeah, so
Seven.
you know you
How
can't
old are they
pull
now?
that.
How old are they now?
Martin Lawrence is probably what, in his 50s probably, 50s, 60s years old or something.
They're probably both in their 50s.
Yeah.
They're pretty close to their 50s.
Well, Martin Lawrence
Different
looked like,
time.
I'll be honest, Martin Lawrence looked like he aged compared to Will Smith. Will Smith looked like he's still in shape a little bit.
Dude, Will
Well,
Martin
dude,
Lawrence.
Will Smith's been doing action films for like ever. He's always in shape.
Yeah.
Will Smith looks like
He
he's
just
like,
did Gemini Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did Gemini Man.
Never watched it.
Yeah, we didn't watch that, but if you've seen Gemini Man, it looks like he's in better shape though.
Dude, the guy still looks young.
Yeah, but besides that, man, I went, like I said, I went in there at 5. I was really impressed with this movie overall since I really watched it. I really enjoyed this movie. I mean, maybe the banter between them two probably wasn't as good as the first two. I admit, probably wasn't as good because, like I said, it didn't age and some of the other stuff
It
did to me.
wasn't that good, but it's the only thing that kept me awake.
Well, for him anyway. For me, I enjoyed the whole movie in general. So I'm giving it a 7.5. Greg Sean, all you.
All right.
Holy crap.
There's a lot there. There's a lot to unpack, but yeah, one more. So, going into this movie, I expected it to be more like Bad Boys, and we got more Bad Boys.
Yep.
And like I said, this is a fan-generated film because they were probably not gonna make this movie. Hence why it took 17 years for them to do another one. So, because the fans wanted it, they actually did it. Which is also why Coming Home to America 2 is being made.
Yes, coming home. Yep, coming to America.
It's the same reason, because people want to see the second one. And so they did it. And yeah, they're getting old. So the jokes were more grumpy old men style. Martin Lawrence plays it well, where he tries to retire and
They played on it.
things go badly when he retires. The exact
Just trying to
reason
get
Will
out.
Smith said why he shouldn't retire happens in the movie. But yeah, it's hilarious. It's funny. So if you like the first two Bad Boys, you're gonna like the third one. They do expand the story more in this one, and it makes it more personal because things happen.
No spoilers, man.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you this: there's a trend running through all these sequels that have been coming out, and I think it's kind of weird. It's all a passing of the torch type of thing, and it's like all these triples and sequels and stuff are keep doing this stuff, and it's getting a little tropey, but
Exactly.
it's an interesting thing how they're gonna expand the franchise
That
from
probably
here.
has something to do with my, I guess, I don't know, what do you want to call that? Something. I have like a stigma towards all these like remade movies already. Like, I'm just sick of it. I want to see something that just catches my eye. You know.
Well,
I don't know. That's just
this
me.
is how Hollywood works.
That's just how
If
it
it
is.
made money the first time, it's gonna make money the second time, right? Right?
That's why I'm so excited about Tenet, because you know, it just
like-
seems like something brand new, man.
Original
Really,
ideas.
I'm not sure if that's a really original at all.
We don't know. We never saw it. It seems. I said seems. I said.
I
never said
understand,
it
but
was.
seeing the trailers
seems.
of that thing, I'm not sure what any
It
difference
seems
is. I
creative.
don't see.
That's what it seems creative.
I'm not sure I buy that. If that seems creative.
It's a Christopher Nolan movie, and he made Memento.
Yeah, keyword. Yeah. But the thing is, if you saw his other movies, wouldn't it be similar?
There are really similar things in there that.
It does, but
See,
But
that
it-
wouldn't be very original, wouldn't it? If you already seen it before, would it?
no, but it seems creative.
But-
I didn't say it was totally
But the
original.
story is original.
All right.
It's not Memento remade. So
Hopefully not.
no,
But it seems like-
it doesn't play like Memento, but there are things in it. But anyway, back to this movie. That's a future movie.
I'll just, you know.
It's getting a little tropey. I understand that they're trying to expand the franchises, but if you watch Men in Black, the new one, you kind of know that doesn't always work all that well.
It reminds me of like Hobbs and I don't know, man. These
Hobbs and
actors-
Shaw was actually a decent movie. You're just being.
Come on.
That was a spin-off. That's not the same thing.
I know, but,
But
the action just gets nonsensical. You know what I mean? Like sometimes.
it's a superhero movie. Give it a break.
I give it a break, but
It's Black Superman.
Ah.
Stop hating.
Anyway, I'm a hater.
So anyway, if you like Bad Boys, the original one and the second one, you're gonna like this one. The story I found was really interesting, except for that trophy thing, which at the end. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 as well because there's a lot of comedy. It's kind of funny. The action is really cool. The side characters are also interesting, even though you don't get to know them all that well. I'm sure there's gonna be a spin-off somewhere.
Yeah.
Or
is that the whole thing about the whole trope thing? Is it might have a spin-off?
no. I will tell you what the trope
Oh,
is later
okay.
because it'll be a spoiler if I tell you now.
Good point. Good point. All right, good
But
point.
yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 7.5. So yeah, so 7.5
6.
and
7.5.
so it's a good movie. Go check it out.
Above
And
average.
so next week, what are we watching?
Oh, I don't know.
Gentlemen,
Oh yeah,
the Guy
Gentlemen.
Ritchie movie.
Gentleman comes out. So it's gonna be another Oscar type movie.
Kind of early for an Oscar type movie, but we'll see though.
No.
Did you come out with your review in 1917 already?
I did. I didn't upload it yet. It's gonna be uploaded tonight.
Well, I'll have mine up.
Whenever the heck you watch it.
Watch it, because I need to do a review for that.
Yes, you do. But anyway, so gentlemen, next week, maybe somewhere in the middle, we'll find
something
time to
else,
watch
maybe.
Doolittle because that came out this week too.
Wow. I wanted to watch the other one. What was it?
Come on, man. John
Matt-
Cena is a polar bear.
Hold on.
Man, I wanted to watch Just Mercy, man. Just Mercy. should
You
be
said
pretty
you
good.
were gonna watch it.
I was gonna watch it, but you know, I
You're
have
gonna be
to.
surprised, but I won't wait. Let me get this movie out right now. Hold on. 1 second. Is this movie out? TikTok, Like a Boss. I want to watch Like a Boss.
Like, boss.
You be tripped out that I want to watch that, but I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, we should actually put that in between eventually. We'll put it there
No.
too.
Is it still out?
Yeah, Just Boss.
It just came out.
Yeah, it just came out in January, man.
I thought it came out in December.
No, January.
Oh,
I think it
okay.
just came out last
1917 and Just Mercy was supposed to come out December, but here
It did come out in December. It
but
just wasn't
Wiley's-
here.
Yeah, I know. Wiley's out was in January, so yeah.
But anyway, we'll check you back next week for more Nerds of the Square Table. Peace out.